Okay, this is a quick video on the stainless steel replacement gaskets for the carts. Two-piece set. You have a bottom piece and you have the top piece that the lid is going to fold down onto. Those are the two-piece sets. If you have, this is typically, you've got a cart that has these black plastic gaskets, and I know that if we're talking about this, they won't look this good, broken, split, shattered. Remove them, however, and get these and put these out of the way. Stop. When you take out the black gaskets, there is what we call a breaker strip here. This is the most recent versions. This is a white molded polyethylene piece, and it has a rounded corner here. If this is the type of gasket you have, and sometimes they might have been black, I think from 2010, 11, 12, 13, we should have this in here. If this is the gasket you have, you only need the one piece. I don't need the lower part. I only need the top part, which will fit right in here cleanly, and this is durable enough that it can stand by itself. If you have the other type of an extrusion in there, prior to about 2010, you might have in here an extrusion snapped in here. It could be white or it could be gray. These have proven to be a little more fragile, and if this is what you have, then we might think about using the bottom piece here. Cut. The only tools really needed here, you need some silicone adhesive, and we can send this down. You don't want to seal it, you want it adhesive. We want this to glue. It is a food grade silicone adhesive, and a couple of good clamps, and that's it for the tools to do this installation. When I have this in place, I mean, simply, scribe yourself a pencil mark, okay, and all four sides, whoops, and then we'll take that out and we'll lay masking tape along the edge of here so that we can clean up the silicone mess. Cut. Okay, so we've laid the tape down, and we want to liberally apply the silicone, and this is just a place for the silicone to ooze out and then make the cleanup easier. When we put the silicone, we're going to put it on the bottom here, and we want some here to seal this off here. We want to be generous with it. I'm not going to make a total mess. If I get silicone on this nice shirt, my wife will get even more ticked off at me. So I'm going to put a bead in here and a bead out here, not so thick. We've got some cushioning tape, and I'm going to do a bead all the way along the side here. And we're going to fill that in all the way around the perimeter. Use it liberally, it's inexpensive stuff. I have the bead. Now I'm going to take it, so again, all the way around, not the shortcut like I'm doing. And we're going to insert this. It's square, so we can get it in any way we want. And we should see, oops, I missed my tape a little bit, but we should see the silicone bleeding out all the way around. And we think it's best to let it dry. After I've siliconed this, now I take my clamps and because this is stiffened up here, 2 clamps is good enough. I clamp let it set overnight, walk away from it, come back the next day, peel off the tape, clean off the excess silicone. The job is almost done. We should check underneath here is there's some deformities. If I have a gap, final touches, I want to just take the silicone and seal this off here. So we have a sealing bead there, and we're done. If you have an older cart and you find that this breaker strip here is of the earlier version, you might see it split or cracked and you see foam in there. If that's the case, then it's best that we want to use the bottom piece. And on the bottom piece, it's going to fit in here, and it's kind of a tight fit, but you can make it work. And you might, whoops, you might want 4 hands. Oh. Little love tap to get it up into place. And so when this is in place, you know, again, before we make sure we got it fit in there well, we'll want to put a liberal amount of silicone up against here, some silicone down in the flange area, and then we put this into place. It's kind of messy. Snap it up, get it up high. Now we take the outer again with silicone that we're going to bond these here, and then this should fit right inside of there, like so. Again, silicone, clamp, clamp, and let it sit overnight. If you feel a little nervous about only silicone and you wanted to drill a pop rivet here, you could put a pop rivet here and here if you wanted. Stainless steel. There's no tubing or any heater wires or anything you'll run into drilling a hole in these locations. And then you're done.